Peace. So time in this one. And this is another Tanshan Bills, another heavyweight jam. Hey, do me a favor. I see somebody in the chat room. I'm gonna need y'all to help me out because I'm trying to do something different today. I'm trying to play this video. And the last time I played it, you guys wasn't able to hear it. So I'm gonna attempt to play it, right? Just let me know right now. All right, so Aboriginal Gaming, Ty Banga, or Jay Sakwana. Just let me know if you can hear me now. Just press 1 if you can hear me. All right, okay, all right. So y'all can hear me. Okay, all right. Well, 2. Who pressed 2? Can y'all hear me or can't y'all hear me? Press 1 if you can hear me. All right, okay, all right. So hold up. So stay right there. Now let's do something else, right? Now look, I'm attempt to play a video, right? I want y'all to tell me if y'all can hear the video. If you don't hear nothing within the next 20 minutes, within the next 20 seconds, if press 1 if you can hear it, press 2 if you can't hear it. All right. So just give me a second. Let me just pull this up.
Yeah, they encourage and prehistoric site in the Snow Valley, but how did you oppose the Peru? All right, so this is the general science. I'm trying to tell you gravity. So this is what the prophet trying to talk about. Right? So we come to the information with it, and we'll give you a data that site. They just talk on the right hand, simply as it says, go down, run. They collaborate, it says, further work at the site and 1970 based on 3,000 collaborated years BCE. And so the collaborated years trade, right? 2,600 it's 7 years waiting for some collaborated BCE. 627 collaborated BCE. All right. So in this paper, nowhere does it talk about the pyramid. Let me show you what the symbols actually do. This is what we call these symbols. Because you interpret false and strange things, right? So they'll take the calibrated site and they'll apply that to the pyramid structure itself and say, see,
All right, y'all. Can y'all hear me? I guess that shit didn't work what I was trying to do. All right, so I'm gonna have to go another method to show y'all exactly what I was doing. So I'm gonna just mute this on out and I'm gonna show y'all something. All right. So just give me a second. Let me just pull it up. I'm gonna do it from my phone and I'm just gonna play it into the microphone so you guys can hear it. Well, I'm just attempting. This is a show that I did. Well, not that I did, but I came on Sign of the TV, and I actually did a couple shows talking about this, but I never actually went in depth on my channel. Let me see. Let me make sure y'all can hear me. Hold up. I got 1,000 screens pulled up here. So can y'all hear me speaking now? You can hear me? Okay. All right. So what's going on is this peace, Copper Empress, peace, Turtle Island, peace, Kawaya. I always get your name, your last name messed up, but peace, peace, Black Awareness, peace, Kimeta, New Being, Feather Crown, N. Jones, Ceres Navarre, let me see who else in here. Raven Hawk, Aboriginal Gaming, Jay Sakwahana, and everybody else, man. Shout out to everybody. Y'all, but y'all can't hear me though, right? Hiya, hiya. Olito. Y'all can hear me, right? Just press 1 if you can hear me. All right, cool. All right, so boom. This is the video in which I came on. This is called the Scholar Corner. Is now zoning, Aboriginal so-called Aborigines, right? So here go the date right here, right? So I'm just gonna play this, right? I'm actually gonna play it on my phone real quick. But as I play it, I'm gonna play it on here too. Now, what's going on is this, right? You got these so-called Afro scholars, right, who don't really do research outside of Africa. So when I came on side of the channel, they kind of like, I put my claims out there, you know what I'm saying? And I couldn't share my screen because I wasn't in front of my computer at that point in time. So I didn't have real access to the claims that I was making. So, basically 4 against 1, and they just kept going back and forth with my information. So now you have Brother On saying that he said the calibrated years of the Peru pyramids. Now look, I froze it. Now it says radiocarbon date. This is his article right here that's pulled up, and I'm gonna play it. It say radiocarbon date from the site of Karul in Supi Valley of Peru indicates that the monumental corporate agriculture, urban settlement in the immigration agriculture began in the Americas 490. I mean 490. I'm sorry. 4,090 years before the present time. So he's saying calibrated years 2627 calibrated years BC. It say to 3640. My bad, I'm bugging y'all. 3,640 years. It say before the present. It say 1977, the calibrated years BC. Karul is located. Now this is his article. Now it says that late. Well, a bunch of different claims up here, but basically he's saying he ain't telling us that it's BC. He's saying that it's 2,600 years. So if you don't really know the research, then you will automatically make the assumption that it's only 2,600 years. But you have to add in 200. You have to add in 2018. You have to add 2018 plus that. But them are some numbers that he got. And he's not telling the people everything. Now, these are so-called scholars that's asking me, oh, what methodology? We know we can't test rock. We have to test organic matter that was found around the structures. All right, we get it. But like I said, these brothers are basically the claim. And I'm just going to play it. And then I'm just going to go in and I'm just going to go in and show all my evidence and everything, right? And like I said, if y'all can hear this, let me go back into the chat room just to make sure everybody can hear this, man. All right, so we good. All right, boom. So we good. All right, so let's do this, man. All right, so this is I'm in Rod Squad, and this was a Scholar Corner. I was on it. All right, and this is a couple, probably about a month ago. Like I said, I haven't had a chance really to go in depth on my channel, but I just want to go and touch on this. All right.
It's going to be trash. That's just it. Trash in, trash out. Simple. Okay, so Sonetta, do you see my screen, Sonetta? Can you see it? Yes, I see it. Let Naya know. She's there, brother. All right. Okay, look, if you look at my screen, can y'all read that? What that say? You see that? Yeah, dating Carol is a pre-ceramic site in the Sioux Valley on the central coast of Peru. All right, this is the Journal of Science. It costs you about $200. So this is what the brother trying to talk about, right? So we come to the peer review information on it, and we'll give you a date of that site. They just talking about simply this. It says, go down. They collaborate. It says, further work at the site in 1970 yielded dates 3,000 to 2,400 Calibrated years BCE. And so the calibrated year, let me give you what the calibrated year is. It's right here. Right? 2,607 years right here. 27 calibrated years BCE. All right. 2,627 calibrated years BCE. All right. So in this paper, this whole paper, nowhere does it talk about the pyramids. And let me show y'all what the pseudos actually do. And this is why we call you pseudo, because you mix truth and falsehood strains mix, right? So they'll take the calibrated site and they'll apply that to the pyramid structure itself and say, see, this is older than the quote-unquote pyramids in Egypt. So he's going to some crazy site, right? He's not going to the Journal of Nature. The Journal of Nature does not support that. The actual, I gave the person name that actually did the work in Peru herself. She's a lady named Shady. I gave her name. She did the work. And nowhere in her paper does she talk about the age of the pyramids. I'm going to say this real easy for y'all to understand. People are taking the dates for the archaeological site and are applying it to the pyramid structure, which ain't even a real pyramid, but they're applying it to that structure. I just want to make that clear to you, listening audience. All right, so boom, look. So he's saying that Ruth Shady never said how old the pyramids, but they saying the site itself is supposedly 2600 BC or 2600, according to him, 2600, 2700 years ago, right? Now he's saying that Ruth Shady never. So if the site is that old, then the pyramids might be older. You understand what I'm saying? Because you saying you can't test rock, so the pyramids might be way older than the actual site because they're only testing organic matter. So now let me get back into it. All right. So I'm gonna let these guys talk, and then I'm just gonna go on with my claims. Let me know. I'm gonna click back to see whether or not you guys can still hear me. Y'all can still hear me, right? One person gets press 1 so I can keep it moving because I got a lot of work to do. And can y'all see it too? Let me know. Just press 1 if you can see it and 1 if you can hear me. All right, okay, all right. We're gonna conclude. All right, let's get with it. All right, so boom. We need to get him out of here and get somebody else to do this. Are you ready? The study person who did the study was the Academic Center of Archaeology Research, number 1. All right, no. Let him talk. Now look, he's saying Ruth Shady. Now I got some shit up here with Ruth Shady, so I'm gonna play everything. Now they telling you the pyramid actually, I believe, is called the Kalaya. If I'm not pronouncing it, Callao. Now they say it's for 4,500 years. Now check this out. Let me go further in because you want to talk about. Okay, we're gonna find out what the pseudo tonight. All right. Now it says this, right? It says findings confirm that Peru is the oldest civilization in America and one of the 4 oldest high cultures in the world. And it has Mesopotamia, Peru, and then Egypt. So we go down. Hold up. I'm not done. We go down. What you read from, bro? It says reaffirming the extraordinary antiquity of the Peruvian civilization and the radiocarbon dates of the last 30 years have shown that Peru has the world's oldest pyramid. Show them on the table. Follow me on. Now I'm gonna go on. I'm gonna test on something else. Okay. Now you're not gonna test yourself. Where are you reading from, brother? Let me go ahead and just. What are you reading from? What are you reading from? Have a good night. What are you reading from, brother? Hold on, brother. You gotta let the family know so they can look it up. Where are you reading from? Where are you reading from, brother? Where are you reading from? I'm reading from 2 sites. I'm reading from beforewasnews.com. What? Sorry, cut this dude off. Cut this off. News, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. Let me show them on my screen. Now you see they was clowning me for my article, right? Now they was clowning me for my article, but look, like I said,
I've done papers in school, papers everywhere. My teachers and my professors always tell me, I don't care where you get the article from, as long as it has a source in it, then it's all acceptable. So as long as the article has a source and an acceptable source of a claim, then it's acceptable. It doesn't matter who wrote the article. It matters that the person who wrote the article put their sources in the article so you can derive from their sources. Never mind, but understand, I got 6 articles up here, so we're gonna get busy with this.
You want. Okay, listen, you can say whatever you want. Like, I mean, so important to research as well. So one knowledge is critical too. Now listen, hold up. You want to laugh and joke about that? We can laugh and joke about that. Okay, no, you say news.com. That's all I want to know. Hey, brother, hold on. I'm gonna let you get in that. Is there a way I can send you the link and you can come in here? That I can come in? Yeah, and then you can share your screen. That way we ain't got to stop you. Trust me. Let me say this right now. Ladies and gentlemen, go on Google right now yourself and put before it's news, is it fake or real? And it would tell you that it's a satirical website. It's fake. This is why Hank is stressed it. This is why I love Hank. Hank kept saying, what is your source? What is your source? If your source is a fake website, you fake too. Get out of here with this pseudo, man. This is scholars. Learn how to research, man. Come on, and I will share my screen with you. Now, check this out, right? Now, look. Okay. Let's say that. Talking too much, man. That was a joke. Hold up. Let me get finished. Let's say that that's all bullshit, and that was a joke, right? But check this out, right? When you read the Smithsonian Institute, okay, they tell that moderate Native Americans resemble Chinese, Korean, and Japanese. Oh, he changed the conversation now. I just want to change. Resemble African Pacific Islands and Australia. Where the fuck did these people go? Where are they at now? You tell me that. Use your point. They escape, right? They born, right? Where are they at now? What are they classified as? They're not so smart. If they're telling, something the Institute telling you that the first Americans resemble Africans on your old Pacific Islander, where are they at now? Hold on. That's enough. Go ahead. About the source too. Go ahead. I just want to say that if just type in list of fake news websites, and there's one on Wikipedia, and sure enough, number 4 on the list is before it's news. .com. The fake websites. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yeah, and they talk about the UFOs in Peru too on that website.
So understand, they're trying to basically destroy my article and what I put up there. Like I said, I didn't have access to all my research at that point in time, so I wasn't able to really properly submit it the way I wanted to. But I'm going to show y'all everything today, so just give me a second. Let me play a little bit more of this, and we're going to go into it.
You see, and the brother is going to swear on this source, like, they don't know what they talking about. They the one that's pseudo. Get out of here, man. Go ahead. Garfield? Yes, sir. Read that right there. Before it's news, UFO, Peru, meteorite, Cusco, meteor disperses UFO fleet. That's what he was reading from. Peru mummy, alien crab. This is young pharaoh's sources. Now, hold on, Garfield, let's not be making fun. No, that's not where the brother was reading from, bro. Wow. That's what he said, Senator. He said it's from before his schools. You saw you ain't listening. He said it out of his mouth. Brother, relax. I know what I'm doing, brother. I know. And by the way, brother, we're not trying to disrespect you, but we're doing this for the people. We're not trying to disrespect you by saying you're pseudo, but you are being pseudo.
Sorry about that, y'all.
But hold on, brother. See, look, here's the thing. Once you read fake news to us, and you know that, hold on, It's really not going to look it up and do research until you get hit with the scholars corner. It is a scholars brother. So when you come here, you got to leave and check that shit at the door and make sure you come correct. Because if you don't come correct, these brothers, they ready for this is what they do, brother. This is a light. So the Aborigines dropped the ball yesterday, and y'all brothers are dropping the ball today, brother. I'm gonna let you have your say. Go ahead, brother. Look at the article. Hold on. Look at the article on the screen. Look at the article on the screen. Hold on. Look at what he's sharing. Hold on the screen. Hold on, yo. And hopefully, brother, me and you can meet up tomorrow, and you can go ahead and drop your information. But go ahead, Garfield. It's on the screen. Okay. Yeah, look at the screen. It's a Peruvian pyramid older than Egypt. Civilization rivals Sumerians in age. 1,200 years without war. This is his source. So when you read this, family, this is why we say you have to have a methodology. Hold up, my brother. Hold on, brother. Hold on. And you see, if you look at the bottom, he says Mesopotamia is first, then Peru, then Egypt. This is where he was reading from. Now, brother, can you acknowledge that you are wrong in this situation? Come on, brother. Acknowledge it, brother. They don't tell you where they get it from. What we need to do is do you have any more callers, brother? Do you have any more callers? We need to look them. Hold up. I'm telling you, bro, what you need to do to show us in the thing. The center of archaeology and research on from the people who made these claims. So now you need to go and see and support these claims because none of y'all have the problem with archaeology. Not the point. Not the point. Brother, that's not the point though, brother. That's the
All right, boom, fuck all that. All right, let me get into the scholar research, man. All right, man. Now, like I said, my claims is simple, right? We got people out here stating that we came here on slave ships, but yet at the same time, they're telling you that they found people here, black people here, before any slavery came. So now my thing is this. I'm trying to find out where my people was at. And in my research, I came to the conclusion that all 100% of African Americans are indigenous to this land. Because with the number of the people that they brought here, according to the people that was already here, and if these people assimilated into us, that would still make us more Aborigine of this land than anything. Now, my whole claim was this. Now, let me go. Let's get with this shit, man. All right, so this is, and I'm gonna show you where Unc was reading from, but I can't get into it because I'm not subscribed to it. So Smithsonian.com, we got first city in the New World. All right, Peru suggests civilizations emerged in America 1,000 years earlier than experts believe. All right. 6 and rock mounds rise out of the windswept desert of Supi Valley near the coast of Peru. Doom-like, it say, an emerging. It say they appear to be nature handiwork for a long outpost in the region squeezed between the Pacific Ocean and the fold of the Andine Cordillera. It say, but looks deceiving. It say these are human-made pyramids. Now, Unc kept saying they wasn't pyramids. Okay, now check it out. It say, and compelling new evidence indicates they are the remains of a city that flourished nearly 5,000 years ago. If true, it would be the oldest urban center in America and amongst the oldest in the ancient in all the world. Now check it out. Let's go further now. I'm not going to read the whole article because I got 5, 6 more of them up here. And say research developed by Peruvian archaeologist Ruth Shady Solis. It say of St. Marcos University suggests that Peru is a 150-acre complex of pyramids. It say plazas and residential buildings is known. It say with a thriving metropolis as Egypt, great pyramids were being built. Now listen, check this out. It says, let me read it again. All right. It says, all right, right. It's all right. It say 150-acre complex of pyramids, plazas, and residential buildings is known with a thriving metropolis. It say as Egypt Great Pyramid was being built. So they saying that these was already up by them while them pyramids was being built. It say the energetic archaeologists believe that Karun may also answer nagging questions about the long mysteries origins of the Inca and the civilization once stretched from modern day Ecuador to central Chile, which gave rise to the Carzaco and the Macapo. I can't pronounce that. It say Karun may even hold a key to the origins of civilization everywhere. All right. So now they pretty much put it out there. They claim that it's 5,000 years. Now look, we're gonna find different artists. Now let's go ahead. Just bear with me. It's going to take me a while to pull up. All right. So this is timelines and a Dean civilization. So it says years date back to 3000 BCE. It says through 1537. All right. So now, as we go down, we see the years right here, etc., etc. All right. This one right here don't really touch exactly on the Karun pyramid, but it give you a timeline or give you at least an understanding of how long the civilization was. All right, now look, that's the Dean. Here go another Dean. This is in the Smithsonian Institute. This is in the New York Times. All right, now we know the New York Times is not no scholarly website. Okay, we can say that. We know it's not a scholarly website, but we can look over it and we can say, well, all right, well, where is they getting the information? Who's telling the story, or who's giving them, who are they interviewing? And they interviewing an archaeologist. All right, so now look, it says a Dean culture to be as old as the Great Pyramids. It say archaeologists working in Peru have unearthed stunning evidence that monumental architect complex societies and plant developments first appeared and flowered in the New World between 5,000 and 3,500 years ago, roughly the same time when the Great Pyramids was being built. Now this fucking New York Times saying this shit. Now it's saying roughly the same time the Great Pyramids and Sumeria city-states reached their zenith in Mesopotamia. Okay, now, I don't even need to go no further on the article. Look, they got plenty of other stuff. You can read plenty of other stuff. But let me see something real quick, because I was reading something notes in this. Hey, when they put this shit up here. Let me see something, because I was reading something notes in here. I'm still with you. Hold up. I want to show y'all something else. You know what? No, I ain't going. I could actually read the whole article for y'all guys, because it's kind of interesting. But I'm not. You guys check the article out and you read it for yourself or whatever. But it tells you. Let me see something. Now, when you go right here, it say reversions does not stop here. It say Donald Laphap. It say archaeologist at University of Illinois and Urbana. It say believes on the bias of archaeology finds of items dating back to 8,000 years. It say that both the Mesoamerica and the Indigenous civilization had common roots in their Neolithic chiefdom. It say that existed in the central Amazon 7,000 to 8,000 years ago. The cradle was there. It says Donald Lahat. It say the culture spread out both Mexico and Peru. Now remember, most of them think that the Olmecs is the oldest civilization, when we already know that the the Mayans got their civilization from the Incas. Point blank. Okay, I'll read this one more time. Archaeology. Now, this is the second article they telling you that Peru pyramids was thriving at the same time that the Great Pyramids was supposed to be being built. Okay. Now, this is not the before it was news. This was not the website that they showed you that they tried to clown me on. Now I'm gonna read it again. Archaeology working in Peru have unearthed stunning evidence that monumental architectural complex societies and planned development first appeared flowered in the New World between 5,000 and 3,000 years ago. Roughly the same period when the Great Pyramids were being built in Egypt. So they saying roughly the same period. They saying it's around the same time if these are older. Now, these guys clowning me. They saying, now look, check it out. Let's go to another article. Let's go to another article. You know, y'all already know how I like to do this shit. All right, this is UNESCO. This is the site that Garfield said. He's telling you, he said we can tell you when the UNESCO found the site. So this is UNESCO, all right? So check this out. It says the 5,000-year-old 626 heritage archaeology site of the sacred city of Karu Supe is situated on a dry desert, okay? Now it says terrace overlooking a green valley of Supi River. It dates back to late archaic period and central Andes. My bad, I don't like this. Central Andes, and is the oldest century of civilization in the Americas. All right, now it's saying 5,000 years. Now, dumbass said 2,600 years. Now look, that's now here go the article in which that I was reading from, the one that they was clowning me on. This was it before it was news. Now, look, it said lost pyramids of Karun are older than suspected constructed began in 3000 BC. It say 300 to 400 years before the people in Kemet, it say Egypt began the pyramids of Doja. Okay, now look. Now, this is the article in which they was clowning me on. All right. They were clowning me on this article. Now, this is my source right here. The Dean Center of Archaeology Research, Clara, it said has made an unordinary discovery of the Hakra Rasada urban center. It's say located in the district of Vizela. It's say Korla. I'm sorry, I'm butchering these words. Say, and which dates back to 45,000 years, 4,500 years. Okay, it say the pyramid Hanka Pink belongs to the archaeologist tradition of Karun, which shows the nation states Karun is one of the oldest civilizations to be discovered. Karun was located in Peruvian Baraka, that's province covering Hakan. I'm butchering these words, all right? But look, check it out. Now, we just went over, before I ever got to this one, we just read 4 other articles that's basically proving my claim to what I stated to them the first time. All right, now check this out. This is, I believe this is the article and where Unc was reading from, all right? He is reading from this article right here. But like I said, you have to have a subscription to basically get into it or whatever. But it's a Dayton Coral, it's a pre-ceramic site in Supi Valley. It's a on the coast of, on the central coast of Peru. All right, now you see it's a Dayton coast, it's a Peru, Ruth Shady. This is the person who she's talking about. And like I said, even when we went here, where we at? Even when we went here, they mentioned 5,000 years ago. They mentioned research developed Peruvian archaeologist Ruth Shady. So they had to interview her, and she's telling them that they 5,000 years old. But Unc telling you, oh, they're 2,600 years. Oh, that's impressive. And like I said, he gets straight lied to everybody. He gets straight lied to everybody. Now check this out. Here go another article. This is New York. This is the Chicago Tribune. Now check this out. All right, it's a pyramids in Peru as old as Egypt. All right, it says area scientists excavate sites from 2627 BC. Now this is what he was reading, 2627 BC. Now you add 2018 today. What you gonna get? What you gonna get? You gonna get 4645. So they saying 46. Now we got different people who making different claims. The Smithsonian said 5,000, which another article we read said 5,000 again. So I got 3 articles that said 5,000, and 2 of them are saying they under 5,000. All right. Now look, check this out. Now you think the Chicago Tribunal going to put something out there like this that's going to be pseudo or something that's fake? But they would sit here because it's not from a science or a nature website. Then they would sit here and say, "Oh, that's not. This is not accepted. This is not accepted." But at the same time, these newspapers and all these people who publish these articles are interviewing the people who's talking about it. All right. So look. Just at the time. Now, this is a 5th article that's telling you that these pyramids was being built or they older than the pyramids in Egypt. It says just at the time of ancient Egyptian, it say was erecting, their first major pyramids along the Nile River 4,600 years ago. It's a heretofore unknown New World civilization began building a huge pyramid near the coast of what is now Peru. Now they saying that at the same time they was building, I guess at the same time. All right, but look, that's all I have to prove. I don't have to prove nothing else. Okay, now check this out. All right, now we just went through this, right? Now I even told them. I told them about the Smithsonian Institute article where they saying that the first Americans look like such and such. I even told Garfield, because what Garfield said later on in his claim, he's going to say that that he took a DNA test, that they didn't find no skulls in West Indies and none of that shit, right? Now look, now you guys have seen these articles that I got up here before, all right? But I like to show them again because I like to basically prove my claim to what I'm stating. Okay, now my claim is this: we was here before Columbus. The same thing what Ivan Van Sertima said, but I don't believe we didn't come from no damn Africa. All right. So this is what, if you go back and listen to the video, you will hear it say 2 skulls from the West Indies. It say a male Negro from Barbados, British West Indies. It say undeformed male Indian from Cuba. All right. So this is the man, a monthly record of archaeologists and science. All right. So when you go down, you read, it say Negro skeletons remains from Indian site in the West Indies. It says, I say the recent paper in the Journal of Brixton, Trevor, and Julian. It say, man, 1938, 47 implies that undeformed Negro physical types inhabit the Virgin Island in pre-Columbian times. Not only is this an implication contrary to previous accepted findings for the Antillean area. Now there's another Antillean area. It say, and will be shown later. It say, but it also fails to give adequate consideration to possibly that these skeleton remains shown later, but it also, shown later. I'm sorry, my bad. Let me read that again because matter of fact, let me open up some more because it's kind of small. All right, so I was right here. Let me go back. It say not only is this implication contrary to previously accepted findings for the Antillean area and will be shown later, but it also fails to give adequate consideration to the possibility of these skeleton remains representing an intrusive Negro burial. It say the mere presence of these skeletons in the sand and shell mounds of the Indians' origin, lacking carefully stratigraphical records, is not certain evidence of primarily association with the accompanying artifacts. Say, moreover, I venture to say that few physical anthropologists familiar with the American Indian skull would make the mistake for the Indians, those illustrated by Brixton, Trevor, and Julian. Indeed, most physical anthropologists will probably be less conservative and say Negro instead of Negroid. All right, it said instead of the opinion that these authors are describing Negroes, it say one wish to present a similar case in Barbados. It say British West Island, say from correspondent Mr. E.M. Shilstone of Bridgetown, Barbados. It appears that in August 1933, he commenced to excavate a sandy ridge about 50 yards from the high water marks of the shores of Chancey Lane on the southern coast of the island. The ridge proved to be a kitchen mold that contained many objects, our workmanship. Among other things encountered in this site was a skeleton lying on the left side about 20 inches under the surface. Mr. Shellstone believed this skeleton to be that of an Arawak Indian, and in 1937 presented it to the U.S. National Museum. And say upon reconstruction of skull, say from these many fragments in which it was received in Washington, I felt justified in calling it a Negro for the reasons that will appear in the following description. Okay, now look, he ain't telling you. Okay, now check this out. I say 2 views of Barbados skulls are shown. It's in plate D. I guess that's the what's the name? It's a comparison with 2 skulls shown in the paper by Brixton, Trevor, and Julian. Man, which this is the article, the monthly, whatever. So 1938. So indicates that the individual and sexual differences are no more than would be expected to the range of variations in a single race. Certainly, however, such Negro features are alveolar. I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't know what the fuck that is. And whatever. It's a broad nose. I guess that's another word right here for the word. I mean, for the nose bone or whatever. But it's a broad nose and low orbit are more pronounced in the case in the Virginia Islands. Now, look. You go down, it shows you, man. You can go research this article or whatever, and you go over in depth, man. You know what I'm saying? You can go research this article and you go over in depth. I don't have time to really go and read everything. I got a bunch of other stuff up here that I'm looking at. But yeah, man. And like I said, most of my claims I make my claims straight up. I'm not here to trying to, you know what I'm saying, to be trying to debate nobody, or I'm not here to do nothing. Now check this out. Now look. I made a video. I got a video on this already, right? Now look, these are what they found in Peru. Okay? This is Peru. Okay, this is the Chuchilla Cemetery. Look it up and see where it's at. See this? Chuchilla Cemetery. All right. Now look, let me show y'all. Let me go back and show y'all something. Now y'all see this? Can you guys see this? Can you see how long this guy dreadlocks is? You see this? What about this one? Can you see how long the dreadlocks is on this? Look. Can you see how long the dreadlocks is? Take a look at that. What about this one? Can you see how long the dreadlocks is on this one? This one, you see dreadlocks, and the shit go on and on and on. All right. Now, this is what they this is what they put the head back together, right? And you see, he got a fucking turban on. Now look, I don't know exactly what museum this is in, but if you see how long the dreadlocks is, man. These are locks. Now, I'm just saying, now you got people who say, well, you know, a lot of people wear locks around the world, or a lot of people got locks or whatever, but who the fuck wearing them now? And it seems like everything that these people did over here in this continent is the same shit that we do. And like I said, this is just a theory. This ain't, I mean, the proof is in the pudding. Now it's showing you. Now look, even when you go right here, boom, we're gonna get down and dirty with this shit. This is page 5. This is page 5 of Samuel George Morton book, The Aboriginal Races, all right? So they say distinct characteristics of the Aboriginal races of America, all right? So now we shoot down to page 5. Boom, boom, boom. Now check this out. Because they also talk about Peru in here as well, okay? Now, let me see something. No, that's not this part right here. It's this part. All right, here we go. It says, it cannot be questioned that the physical, my bad. That the physical, derived. I can't. My bad, Joe. I'm bugging this morning. I don't like this font. Like with the font, some certain fonts be fucking with my eyes, man. It say do occur equally, singly, and inequally. It say as seen in different shades of color. It say varying from a fair tilt to a complexion almost black. It say, and this is under circumstances in which climate can have little to no influence. It say so also in reference to stature. It say indifferent or remarkable or entire tribes, which moreover the geographical proximate, it say to each other. These facts, however, are mere exception to the general rule. What's the general rule? And do not alter the peculiar physiognomy of the Indian, which is undivinely characteristic as that of a fucking Negro. Now, I read this plenty of times. Now, it says, for whether we see him in his athletic charib or the stunning tremor of the dark Californians, all right? It says, or far Barora, he is an Indian still and cannot be mistaken for any other race. Now, I done touched on this in other videos. You go back, you'll see the other videos I've touched on this or whatever, though, but this is Samuel Mortensen saying this. He's telling you that the Indian is the same characteristics of a Negro. Now, check it out. He's telling you that the Indian got the same characteristics of a Negro, right? So this would make sense. Okay? This would make sense. Hold up. Nah, we right here. We at this one. My bad. He telling you that the Indian got the same characteristics as the Negro, right? Now, where we at again? Shout out to my brother NY Supreme. Every time I show the article, I will shout my brother out. You know what I'm saying? Because he actually sent this to me about a year, some time ago. Now, this is the Smithsonian Institute talking about Naya. And like I said, I got to always pull this up because this is the fucking source, bro. And this source right here, you got to use, all right? It say, but there lies in but there lies a puzzle in modern Native Americans closely resemble the people China, Korea, and Japan. But the older skeleton not. So who the older skeletons look like? It's a small number of early American specimens discovered so far have shorter and smaller faces and longer and narrower skulls than later Native American, more closely resembling modern people of Africa, Australia, and South Pacific. All right. Now he said this led to speculation that the first Americans or Native American. Now he said the first Americans, all right, fuck Native American, came from different homelands, tried to continue or migrated from Asia at different stages of evolution. Now I'm gonna tell you this. I believe life started in America and life went from the Americas to Asia. You understand? This is my theory. I cannot prove it clearly, but check it out. I cannot prove it clearly. Now we got, so why would Mortensen says, because he found craniums, the same thing like these people found, Trevor, Brixton, and Julian, which they just clearly said that they found skulls in the West Indies that's that's pre-Columbian. Now, how is it that Columbus, we know the people who do the research, right? Matter of fact, you know what? Let me see if I can find my article, man. Let me see if I can find it. Give me a second, y'all. Nah, that ain't what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this. Y'all still with me? All right, just give me a second, y'all. Let me open this font up some more. All right, so we're gonna go right here. All right, it say much of the so-called African slave trade was fabricated. Now this is Lost Feather. This is basically saying the revelations of African and Native Americans, which we know we none of us Africans. Okay, we know that. Okay, and yo, I'm gonna tell y'all, check out Ali Muhammad live stream that he did yesterday when he said the Afrocentric is dead, and that's what kind of gave me part of the title, but I been was gonna rip these niggas apart anyway with this information. So it said much of the so-called African slave trade was fabricated. There was no trade. An independent source showing that so-called Indians on the eastern shore called Terra Nova was Moors. He's saying they was more. It say in a book called African and Native Americans by Jack Ford, he shows in his book how many so-called Native American Indians were sold into slavery into Africa and Europe. This is the opposite direction in which we were taught the slave trade went. And these Native American, and they say these Native American or Indians were classified as Negroes. It say and blacks in the slave book of Seville, Spain, and elsewhere. It say slaves from Terra Nova show up in the slave market on Seville and Valencia very soon after 1500. For example, in Valencia, during the period from 1516, we find that 1503 Miguel Main, in 1505 John and Pedro, in 1507 Antonio and Juan Marco, in 1515 it say now medical. Now it's saying it's gonna say that one of them name was Ali. Okay, now let me see something. All right, boom. It says that at least 3,000 American so-called Indians are known to have been shipped to Europe between 1493 and 1501. The Columbus expedition with likely total being possible double that, with probably triple or quadruple that. It's a most were sent to Seville area, where they seem to show up on slave market as Negro. These major contradictions to the whole slave trade myth. Say blacks were always in America. The missing Indians are Negroes. All right. Now look. Now, like I said, we got somebody who studied cranial difference. Say these facts, however, are mere exceptions to the general rule and do not alter or peculiar physiognomy of the Indians, which is as undivinely characteristic as that of Negro. Whether we see him in his athletic trip, we already know who's the athletes, or stunning chama, it say in dark California, or it say or the fair Barora, it say he is an Indian still and cannot be mistaken for any other fucking race. Okay, we got Smithsonian Institute telling you the first Americans resemble Africans. We got Samuel Morrison telling you that the Indians are Negroes. We got Jack Forbes telling you. Oh, let me where my article at. Hold up. Fuck is my article at? I was right here. We got Jack Forbes stating that Negroes was saying fuck American Indians, because even he made it kind of vague even when you talking to him, because he don't want to say that the fact that he's saying that it was already Negroes here, but at the same time want to try to say that the Africans was mixed. Nah, that's all bullshit, y'all. That's all bullshit. Well, it show you right here, all right? It shows you. And it shows you how the Negroes pop up in Seville. Because what happened was when they didn't find the gold, they was taking people back to Europe, man. So you guys check this article out, man. And you know what I'm saying? You tell me. Now, also, let me show y'all something too, right? Because like they say, a picture is worth 1,000 words. All right? Now, like I showed you, you got to look up, where's Paraguay at? Paraguay is right there by fucking Peru. And if these are people that was in Paraguay, look how these people look. Now, like I showed you other video of blacks that was in Argentina that they depicted. Okay? Now look. This is the reason why they were saying the characteristics of them look like Negro, because we was here, man. And like I said, bro, None of us are African. None of us, except the Africans that came here, or if you made it with an African, that's the only way you can be one of them people from over there or whatever, which we're going to start debunking and start finding out that most of the people over there just got there. Because just like Ali Muhammad said, most of Africa was uninhabited, okay? He said for himself, most of Africa was uninhabited. So what happened to this guy right here? What happened to him? He's clearly a Negro. You cannot tell me, and like he says in Virginia Historical Society, but when you call them, they tell you that this is a Negro. Now, I'm looking for something in particular. Look, I'm not even going to go here. We already didn't win here. Too many people already showed us already. He's Negroes. You see his hair? He has an afro. He has an afro too, okay? You see more Negroes behind him. Another Negro right here. And look who's they holding. This is a motherfucking Negro with dreadlocks. That's a Negro woman with dreadlocks. Okay? Another one. And it just go on and on, man. Even in this picture right here, right? Even in this picture right here, right? Let me see if I can click on it better, if I get a better click. If you look in this picture right here, and when you read it, it says North American Indian chief, right? Now look at the Indians. Now look, they got the skull and crossbone in the back, right? You understand what I'm saying? Now some people were saying that this is a giant. I don't think this is a giant. I think that these people was just when they took this image, they was far back. Which I mean, it kind of do look like a giant, because if the person is right here, I mean, like I said, I don't really want to bore y'all with this with the stuff that we can't prove. But if you clearly look, you will see the people got afros in their hair, man. They do not have this long straight hair in which they keep telling you that these people had over here. Now, I just showed you the people in Peru. They got dreadlocks. We just read Samuel Mortensen telling you that the Indian and the Negro is the fucking same, okay? We just read the Smithsonian Institute. We just read Jack B. Forbes and what he said. We just read what Columbus said and the people that he took back to Europe. Now, let me see something. Let me see if I can find a St. Mary the Good one. Because that's what we want to see. We want to see the St. Mary the Good one. Let me see if I can find it for y'all. Nah, this ain't, hold up, this ain't letting me get it. Hold up. Nah, this is not what I'm looking for. Nah, this is not what I'm looking for. Hold up for a second. Let me see something. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it because it's kind of, I'm gonna have to really look. And I got it on my other computer. Like I said, I didn't upload a lot of stuff to this computer yet. Let's go back into this. And let me show y'all another thing too. What I found yesterday. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it, y'all. Just bear with me. I know it's here somewhere. But these are all images, man, to prove to you, man. And like I said, man, we ain't need to go in depth with this shit or need to pull out no new information. I can still kill you with the same information. I got a lot of things open. That's why it's taking forever like this. Now look. See the llamas? See the llamas? See this? See these? These are Aborigines. You see this? Yeah, I cannot find that picture, y'all. So I don't want to upload a lot of stuff I got on my other computer because this computer don't have the same memory to it. So this computer got lesser memory. Like I said, I am going to get a newer computer in a minute, another laptop, or but yeah, this. I mean, like I said, man, for people who know, man, you guys don't have to rely upon these idiots keep telling y'all the same fucking thing, because and even all the depictions they showing you, look. They saying America and this is Africa, okay? Now, I mean, this is Africa and this is America, okay? Now, you see the black Indian, okay, even though that they showing you another black person here, but I don't even believe that shit. Like I said, I don't believe that the whole continent of Africa was inhabitable because it just don't make no sense, man. Look, you see this? Look at the Indians. Then this is in the British Museum. Look at the Indians. Look at this. And this proves all of the claims in which we hearing. Everything what we hearing from the Smithsonian Institute to Jack B. Forbes, Samuel Mortensen, to Columbus and his accounts and everybody else's accounts. That's the reason why they was calling us Negroes. Because they already knew. And like I said, let me see something. Now, like I said, we go back here. America, a native of America originally applied to the Aborigines or copper color races found here by Europeans, but now applies to descendants of Europeans born in America. So it says copper color applied to Aboriginals or copper color. That's the reason why the Native Americans don't have that term, because they're not fucking copper color. We are. Okay? What color is copper color? This is just, come on, load up. All right, so now look. It's a gray color of copper coins, okay? Now you got red. This is brown. It's still brown, okay? Don't believe this is brown, okay? It says you got reddish brown. Look at this, look at all the different colors. Then you got brown, okay? Then you got brown, okay? Now we know these pennies, but they compared you to a fucking a metal. They compared you to something that was metal, copper colored. So when we clearly look, we clearly see the different derivatives of copper, and they all look like us. All of them, all of these. Look at all the colors of copper. Look at this. See this? These are all the colors of copper. Okay? Now, to go back, it says in Native America originally applied to the Aborigines or copper color races found here by Europeans. Okay? What did Samuel Mortensen say in his Aboriginal races? He made a book, The Aboriginal Races of America. Okay? The Aboriginal Races of America. Okay, one more time. It say these facts, however, are mere exceptions to the general rule and do not alter the peculiar physiognomy of the Indians, which is as undivinely characteristic as that of a Negro. You understand what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. And then he go further. For whether we see him in his athletic trim or his stunned chama in the dark Californians or fair Barara, it say he is an Indian still and cannot be mistaken for any other race. Now, even when you go and even tell you right here. Let me see something. I think that now, you know what? Let me go now, son. Cause he tell you all over, man. This is a good read too, man. You know what I'm saying? For people who really do research, I suggest you get it and you read it or whatever. But look, check this out. So he telling you, he already made his claim saying that the Indians are Negroes, right? So This is in the same breath and he was speaking, okay? Now, when you go right here, it says remarks the equality applicable. It say to ancient and modern nations of our continent. It say for the oldest skulls from Peru, the Peruvian cemetery. It say the tombs of Mexico and the mounds of our own country are the same type of heads of the most savage. Say he called the savage the most savage existing tribes. The physical organization proves the origins of one to have been equally the origins of all. Okay, now he's telling you the people in Peru was Negroes because he's telling you that all the Indians. He's saying that the peculiar physicality of an Indian is undivinely the characteristics of that of a Negro. Now look, we got this guy saying this. He made a book. Now these niggas talking about, oh man, you ain't no Aborigine or whatever. So why was he calling these people Aborigine? Because the same when you look up the word America, it's telling you originally applied to the Aborigines. Okay? Now, like I said, man, let me see something real quick. What else did I want to show? I wanted to show y'all something else I had up here. Oh yeah, I got something else up here. Check this out. Hey, give me a second. Let me answer this phone call. Hello? 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 My bad. Motherfuckers playing on my phone early this morning, all right? All right, so we went over that. We touched on that. We touched on, I showed you guys this right here before. Like I said, man, I'll pull out all the information at once. It don't matter how many people was here before Columbus got here. Okay? Now he's saying that these people right here, now, this is what they said. These people right here are Indians. But you got people like Samuel Mortensen. He's telling you that the Indian is Negro. These motherfuckers don't look nothing like us, okay? Now, and you got these people right here, Trevor Brixton and Julian, telling you that they found Negroes in the burial ground, and they're trying to tell you they call it an Indian burial ground. But he even further say, well, hold up. This might not be an Indian. This might be a Negro burial ground, okay? So even with that being said, right? Let me show y'all something. Now, look. Now, he's trying to show you these people, right? Now, she probably the closest to one look like a Negro. None of these motherfuckers look like it. I don't got nobody in my family that look like none of them. Maybe somebody that looks something like him, maybe, or whatever, but not for the most part, okay? Now, look. They're telling you that in this region right here, there was 51 million people, man. Now, like I said, we can play with that number, okay? And even in the Caribbeans, they showing you. They saying, I think this might be a one right here. So it's saying about 1.2 million people to half a million people in the Caribbeans, right? And then it shows you when it goes down into like it say lowland South America and the Andes, all right? So it's showing you, but the majority of the people was here in North America. Okay, now a lot of them people, they try and say migrated eventually through Central America and through some of this, but understand something. That's why I get Medicine Man on here to tell you where the fucking where the Mongoloids came from, because you know, like I said, you got to really look into a lot of that stuff, man. But here go your sources right here. Okay, it say the Americas of 1492. Nearly all scholars estimate that the New World 1492 population fall between the count of two anthropologists. So they're saying that everybody who do their research is they only go by two anthropologists. Either is Alfred Kuber from 1934, estimates that it was 8.4 million people, which we don't believe that, and Henry Dobbins of 1966 estimate that 12.5 million people was here. All right. Okay. So now, like I said, man, and for them to even be going, we can even go here. We can even show you this right here. This is Let me show you guys something. Let me open this up a little bit. This is Forbidden Archaeology, man. This is a PDF. I'm saying Michael Creemore. It says over the past 150 years, archaeologists have found abundance of evidence showing that humans begin, like ourselves have existed. Human beings like ourselves have existed for hundreds of millions of years. Okay, now look, check this out. I'm gonna go right here to page 6. I said, man, you get this, man, download it for yourself, bro. You know what I'm saying? You keep it for yourself, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let yourself know. Let me see. Hold up. All right, boom. I'm going to read from right here. I say, in early 1970s, some American archaeologists discovered some tools and weapons at a place called Hayataka, whatever. It's in Mexico. It's included arrowheads and spear points, right? It's according to archaeologists, some weapons are made and used only by humans like us, not ape-likes, all right? So it's saying that the artifacts were found in the bottom layer of trenches. It say, of course, the anthropologists wanted to know how old these objects were. It say some anthropologists want to know how old some things is. They call in the geologists, geologists. It say because the geologists will be able to tell them. It say the layer of rock in which you found these objects is so, no, it says so on, it says so and so thousands of years old. It say almost, no, it say among the geologists, it say who came to date the site is Virginia Steen McIntyre. It say uses 4 of the latest geologists dating methods. It say she and her colleagues from the United States Geology Survey determined that the artifact's barren layer was 300,000 years old. Now check this shit out. Check how these scumbags get down, all right? He said 3,000 years old. It say when this information was presented to the chief archaeologist. Now, everything I'm showing you, if you go back and watch the video on Senator TV, is everything that I mentioned. So I'm just going over this just to go over everything that I mentioned, so you can't say that I didn't mention none of this stuff, all right? So look, it says according to the standard. No, I'm sorry. Where was we at? All right. It said when this information was presented to chief archaeologist, the chief archaeologist said it was impossible. According to standard view, there was no human beings in existence 300,000 years ago. Okay? Now they saying was no human beings in existence 300,000 years ago anywhere in the world, not to speak in North America. It says the current doctrine is that humans did not enter America in either earlier in 30,000 years ago. So what happened? The archaeologists refused to publish the date 3,000 years. Instead, he published an age of 20,000 years for the site. It's saying, and where did they get this date? It say it came from carbon dating 14 on a piece of a shell found 5 kilometers from the place where the actual artifacts were found. Now you let that shit marinate on your brain. Now let's go further into this shit. Let's go further into this shit, all right? Boom. Let us consider the interesting report from the Morrisonville Times. It's a newspaper. Hold up. Let me make sure y'all guys are still with me, man. Come on, computer. There we go. All right, you guys still with me? Somebody press 1 if you can hear me, please. Can y'all still hear me? I don't know what the fuck is up with this. Why does it take so long to reload? I'm just waiting for it to reload again. It's still loading, y'all. All right. The owner of 23andMe is the owner of the lady from YouTube, man. They say, what am I? Okay, all right, y'all can hear me. All right, nonetheless, remember this is a crime scene. All right, so look, check it out. We're going to go back into this. All right, so let me see something. All right, here we go. It say, so let's consider an interesting report. It say from the Morrisville Times. It say a newspaper published in the little town of Morrisonville, Illinois. It say in the year of 1892, it tells of a woman who was putting a big piece of coal into her burning stove. The piece of coal broke in half, and she found a beautiful gold chain, 10 inches long. Okay, now I'm not saying we the only people wear gold. But we are the only motherfuckers that wear gold. Everybody else want to put it in a safe. We the people who want to put it on our body, because what happened when Columbus came in? They seen people wearing gold. So the people who put the gold in the safes, you know that they're not the indigenous people. They the people who want to harbor it. The people who put the gold on their body, you know that they're the indigenous. Now, just for some reason, 300 million years ago, they found people wearing gold chains. Now, this is what he's saying. We don't really know how old these dates are, but they're archaeologists, so they find some way of coming up with these dates or whatever. So understand this: if they're telling you that they found gold chains that long ago, who the fuck wearing that shit now? Who wearing that? Who wearing dreadlocks? Who wearing all this stuff that they found in the Mohawks? All this stuff they found in Americas? Who the people wearing it? These so-called African Americans who don't know where they from. All right, so look, it say 10 inches long. It say the two pieces of coal were still attached to the end of the chain. It say demonstrating that the chain has been solidly. It say embedded in the coal. For the newspaper report, we were able to determine the mines from which the coal came. It say according to the Geographical Survey state of Illinois, the coal came from a mine that is about 3 million years old, the same age as the human skull found in the same state. Okay, all right, so it said let's go back. It said let's go back to the scientific literature in 1862, a scientific journey called the Geologist. It says told of a human skeleton found 90 feet below the surface in Macapot County in Illinois. It say according to the report, there was a 2-foot layer, it say, of unbroken slate rock directly above the skeleton. From the government geology of the state of Illinois, I have learned that the layers of the earth in which the skeleton was found are about 300 million years old, making the skeleton the same age as a gold chain found in the same site. In 1852, Scientific American reported a burial. No, I'm sorry, a beautiful metallic vase. It say, hold on, I don't want to read that. Hold up. Matter of fact, fuck that. It say a beautiful metallic vase. It say from 5 meters deep in solid rock near the city of Boston. According to modern geologists, reports age that the rock at this place is 5 million years old. All right, now let me see something. Now that was that. They also found one in California. You go right here. No, I think it might be on this side. Because this right here, if this is true, ain't no such thing as no fucking Darwin theory. All right. So now here you go right here. Say early in the 20th century, it say the Belgian geologist A. Routin, it say made an interesting discovery in his county. It say he found hundreds of stone tools and weapons. It say in layer rock 330 million years old. It said I mentioned in the connection with California gold mine discovery that at the same time we're not allowed to see the same object, the same ancient objects of the museum collected. Say, in case I was able to see the artifacts once when I was in Bosu, it say for some newspaper interviews, it say a friend of mine was driving me. No, hold on, let me see something. Let me make sure. I want to make sure this is the one I'm looking for. Hold up, nah, this ain't the part. Hold up. This ain't it. Hold up. Let me make sure. Let me find it. Yo, man, you gotta read through this article, man. I don't even need to go no further, man. I don't even go no further. Now, if they telling you that they found these people, they telling you all the skulls they found out, whether they found them in West Indies, was it Trevor Brixton and Julian, or was it's Samuel Mortensen telling you that the characteristics of the so-called Indians are the same as a Negro? Okay, and he's telling you. Let's read this one more time. Okay. Now it's right here. It says it cannot be questioned that the physical I can't, for some reason I cannot say the word right now. It say do occur equally singular in the inapplicable. It say as seen in different shades of color, varying from a fair tint to a complexion almost black. And this to under circumstance in which the climate can have little to no influence. So also in reference to stature and differential of remarkable and entire tribes, which moreover geographically approximate to each other. It say these facts, however, are mere exceptions to the general rule and do not alter the peculiar physiognomy of the Indian, which is as undeniably characteristics of the Negro. Okay, say for whether we see them in as an athletic cherubim, stunning cherubim, or dark California. All right, so now, like I said, and then when you go further down, they tell you, it said the remarkable equality applications to the ancient and modern nations of the ancient continents for the older skulls from the Peruvian cemeteries. All right. So now, like I said, man, and that's not, I don't believe that's these. It might be these. I ain't even going to really go into it as to whether or not to find out, because I don't have to. I don't have to. These are the Chuchilla Cemetery. All right. You see, they got locks, man. All right, I'm gonna show this again, man. For those of you guys who don't understand this shit. See this? See this? Who the fuck wearing locks, man? Who wearing locks on the continent? Can you go in Peru right now? And them people, them weird looking people now, are they wearing locks? Let me see something. Now we can find, hold on, watch this. Check this out. We can find Afro-Peruvians. There we go. Now look. See these? Now look. Now look, check this out. Black Peruvians, right? But they want to believe that they slaves. How? Let's think of it like this, right? Peru is on the other side of the is on the Pacific end of this continent, okay? Now, when did they tell you they was bringing anybody to fucking Peru? I have never heard no slaves went to Peru. Never. Never. But yet they gonna tell you, oh, it's black people there, they had to be slaves. But yet you got people, like I said, we got this. We got the Aboriginal race. This is one. We got the Institute telling you that. We got researchers such as Jack Forbes telling you that the Negro, that the American and Indians were classified as Negroes in black enslaved books in Seville. Okay? Now it tells you, you understand what I'm saying? Now, why would all these people be lying? Why would all these people? Then you got archaeologists. You got archaeologists finding Negroes and mounds and all these pyramids and you know what I'm saying? I mean, well, not in here in mounds. They these Negroes, which they claim was to be Indian mounds or whatever. So that's 3 sources right here. Now you even got people like Michael Cremore telling you that they found people over here in the millions of years, man. So once again, who's them people? Now look, let me show you something else too. Now you got to ask yourself, right? Where the fuck did these weird looking people that's in Peru now come from? They migrated there, or they might be the descendants of some of the Mongoloids, in which I believe that mixed with the so-called Spaniards that came there. Let me see something. Now look. You see this? This is the people they telling you. This is the people they telling you. Now look at this person. Now look, you see him? This is the Afro-Peruvian or Negro-Peruvian. You see this? This is a real Peruvian, okay? Let me see something. Well, all right, he's supposed to be so-called more African Peruvian, which we know that they're not African, okay? So let me just find some regular Peruvian people. Now check this out. Now look, you see these people? Now you see these people? Do any of these people got fucking locks in their hair? But this man do. This man do. But and look at this. Look at this. The dark Mexicans. But look at these people. Where the fuck did these people are Asian people? These people are not the people who was originally in Peru. So where the fuck these people come from? Crickets, right? Where these people come from? Where these people come from? And then, like I said, even when you look at the pictures and shit. Matter of fact, you know what? Let me see something. They actually clearly put it on this one right here. So now look, check this out. Now look, we ain't gotta say like let's find out. Let's see something. Oh, let me make sure. Hold up for a second. Hold up for a second. Let me make sure I got this right. So now look. Can't really say it. This is the Yucatan. Let me see something. Let me see if I click on it again. See this? This is Yucatan. Okay? Guatemala. Okay? You see these? These are fucking Negroes. Okay? See, they got the Afro type haircuts, got the same thing. This brother right here got a headband on. Now let's check it out. Let's go back. Now these are John Oberly pics, all right? Now look. Let me see something. Hold up, nah, this ain't what I'm looking for. All right, so this one right here. Now you see that? See that? These are fucking Negroes. Okay, look, let me see something real quick. You see where Paraguay is at? See, you got Chile. Let me see something. Let's. Oh, we're gonna do the dang Callaway thing today. We just here to make you think. Definitely, always. Let's check this out. Paraguay right here. Peru is up here, okay? See this? Peru, Paraguay, okay? Let's check this out. Argentina right here. Now look. Now I just showed you the image. Let me see. Where was I at? Where did that picture go? See this? These are people that was in Paraguay. See the little boy got a fucking afro. See, like an afro. None of these people got straight hair. None of these people look nothing like none of these people I just showed you, man. None of these people, none of them. Now check this out. And look how they look. Now we could tell she's mixed or whatever, but the rest of these people are fucking Asian people, man, that probably mixed with the Spaniards. Okay, now look, check this out. Now that was just one, man. Let me find another one. Let me find the other one I was looking for. There's one that they show you, obviously, with Peru. Right here, look. See this? See these people? This is in Peru. Okay? See this? See what the people look like? See the llama? See the llama right here? Okay? Now, let me see something. Let me go back again. All right. Because even when we go further out, even whether we go to Peru, Paraguay, just bear with me, y'all, because I'm trying to look for something in particular. Hold up for a second. Let me make sure. Let me see this one. And normally when you click on it, the shit go to John Oberly, go to the site where they sell them maps at. Now, the reason I like to show y'all the maps, right? Because he telling you, like, even, let me see, can I, the way I can move this shit. I can't make the images no bigger on this one, but you see this right here. And look, if you look at the bottom right here, this say Venezuela. Okay, it says Venezuela. You see the people who was in Venezuela. You see this? Look, this is the map of South America. You see this? This is Virginia right here, and it shows you all the way down to South America, right? So look at these people in South America. Look at them. Look at the people up here in Virginia. This is Virginia. Look at these people. He got earrings in his ear, headbands. Look at this. Look at these people. Now, what did Samuel Mortensen say? One more time, man. This for the people who got short attention spans, man. It say matter of fact, it already said the complexion of black. And it says under circumstances in which the climate can have little to no influence. So also the reference to stature and difference are remarkable to the entire tribe, which moreover the geographical proximate to each other. Say these facts, however, are the mere exception to general rule. What's the fucking general rule, Tantanus? Oh, the general rule, and do not alter the peculiar physiognomy of the Indians, which is undivinely characteristics of a fucking Negro. Now you got Jack Forbes saying this. You got Columbus saying this. You got Samuel Mortensen saying this. You got the people in the Smithsonian Institute telling you that the people here looked like Negroes or resemble what we already think we are or what we thought we was, Africans, South Australians, or South Pacific Islanders. So why would they come up with that idea? Why would they say that? Because all of the evidence proves that. All of the evidence prove it. Whether we go back here to Trevor Julian and Bricks, and they tell you, whether we go to hold on for 1 second, people. Hold on. Yes. Sure. What's she at? What's she at? Your mother gonna drop her off? All right, okay. Huh? All right, just call me when she come, okay? All right, so I'm back. All right, so James Chatter tells you that Native Americans resemble Chinese, Korean, Japan, right? But then he said the earliest specimen, it say later resemble modern people of African, Australian, South Pacific Island. Now, like I said, man, this is all these different scholars saying it, but why are they saying it? Why all these people saying it? Why all the skulls they finding from this country are Negroes? And the images, and the fucking images itself. Now, like I said, hold up. Let's go back to John Oberly maps, man. Because this is really where you're gonna get you're gonna gain your understanding. You're gonna learn today, man. Whether you like it or you don't like it, you're gonna fucking learn today. See, you do your research, man, you find a lot of these damn maps, man. And a lot of these maps be having the people on it. And you gotta really do your research. Now check this out. What is that? Now hold up. It's a map right here. Hold up. Here you go, right here. Boom. This map is $695, bro. Now let me see something. And this one shows you something different, but it do show you the Aborigines in the back. But let me see. This is not the one exactly that I was looking for. Because that might have been one of the ones that they changed the damn, what's the name on? Let me see this one right here. Amazon, you see they got dreadlock. That's locks right there, B. Afros, everything. See that? See that? You see the hair? It's locks. This is in the fucking Amazon. Let me see something. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Let me go back to that. Let me show you. Now look. Now, before you looking at these images, right? You'll be like, all right, yeah, well, touch this one is reaching. Now, if I didn't have nobody to back my argument up, yeah, I would be reaching. I would definitely be reaching if I just was to say, oh, these people look like black people. But guess what? I don't have to reach. I got my brother right here. Well, not my brother, because this motherfucker was a racist too, Samuel Morton. It got him saying that the undefinedly characteristics of an Indian is that of a Negro. You got him right there saying. You got Jack B. Forbes saying it. You got Trevor Julian Brixton saying it. You got James Chatteris. He's not saying that they Negro, but he's saying that the first American resemble what we would assume to be a Negro, or what they called the Negro later on. You understand? Then we got these. We got mummies in Peru with actual dreadlocks. But then some people will go so far to say, well, that doesn't mean they're black. If we was to do a statistical number on how many people have dreadlocks in the world, fucking like 80%, 90% of them will be Negroes. That's it. And we know anybody hair can lock up if you leave it, let it tangle up long enough or whatever. But everybody hair don't lock. Some people hair take longer to lock. You understand what I'm saying? And I've seen it, man. I've had locks in my hair. I had started off with the little twist or whatever, and let them grow into dreads, whatever. Now, like I said, man, this right here, man, this shows a lot right here. Shows a lot. This is a lot to you. And if you don't got these pictures, go to them and save them, man. Look up this, mummies with dreadlocks found in Peru. You click on the Chuchilla Cemetery, okay? Now, let me go back. I'm gonna look at some more of the maps, man. I like to look at the maps. Let me see something. No, we're right here. I actually got more right here. This, all right. All right, so let me see. Let's go back down. And like I showed you, that's Paraguay. Well, hold up. They got, oh, all right. This one ain't got no color to it. This one got color to it. This one don't got color to it. Now look, check this out. Peru. Now you think that Thompson one is making this shit up, y'all? Look. Look. Do these people look like the fucking people I just showed you? Do they look like them? Nah, I doubt it. Nope. I don't know where the fuck these people came from. These people are obvious Spaniards and Mongoloids that mix together. That's it. And they are the ones that are allowed to claim your fucking nationality. Because the other people was basically, they was like, don't nobody in Peru wear no shit like this, except these people. All right, and these, I don't know where these, I'm not trying to listen, no disrespect to the people, because they people, and I respect their culture and everything. But at the end of the fucking day, man, it's a lot of bullshit that goes on that we don't know about. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, in all of these countries, you will find Negroes. Look at these people, man. Look at them. Now, this is with Barb. Now, obviously, these people got haircuts, all right? But now they got haircuts. But we already know, you know what I'm saying, how long their hair can grow and what they can look like. Now, would these people be classified as Negroes? Nah, I doubt it. So let me see. Let's go back to the pictures. Now it's in Peru. You see how he dressed? He got like a fucking turban on with like some type of, that looked like some type of Israelite garb or something that the Israelites was wearing. Oh, let's go further. That's in Peru. Let's see this. Mexico City. Look, and see what they called it? Nova Mexico. New Mexico. Now look. Look at the people. Look at the fucking people. These people are black, man. And you'll be a fool to tell me that they not. But guess what? Oh, they were slaves. Okay, yeah, all right. We get it. Yeah, we know. Look. Look at this. Look, they got afros, man. She got like a little long hair, but the rest of them, all of them got identifiable afros, bro. Now look, check this out. That's Puerto Rico right there at the top. Y'all gotta go back and look at these maps, man. Like I said, look. Yucatan, Guatemala. Look. See that? So he made a mistake and made these people look like this. This is what you're telling me? So he made a mistake and made these people look like this. Let me see this one. Let me see Puerto Rico. I never seen this one. Look. Well, this one doesn't show it as clear as the other pics do. But this is Puerto Rico. See that? I said, man, you ain't gonna get none of this shit, man. You ain't gonna get this shit here. Time this one, man. Now look at this one. This map cost fucking $20,000, man. Now, of course, they lightened them up. Look, check it out. Oh, here we go, y'all. Look at this, y'all. Look. Look, here go the lighting. Here go how they bullshit. Now, look. You see how they lightened it up? The same thing. Look. These people right here. Now, like I said, that's a turban. They lighten these fucking pictures up, yo. You see that? Let me see something. Now, hold up. Now, look. You see that picture right there? I'm going to show y'all the original picture. Yeah, buddy. These people are fucking frauds, man. Now, look. This is the same fucking picture I just showed you. Look at how dark they are. Now look at them. Look. Same fucking picture. Look. Now look at them. So how did they go from here looking like this? Oh no, that's right here. My bad, y'all. It's right here. How did they go from looking like that to looking like, from looking like this to looking like this? See? And he got a crown on his head. You see this shit? Let me see something. He has a crown on his head. You see this shit? But it clearly shows you how these people be playing around with our history and lying to us. Okay? I'm going to go down a little bit more and I'm going to end this video. But shit, look, you see how much the book called America Being the Latest and Most Accurate Description of the New World? Are known as Montez and John Oberly. This shit costs $40,000. Look at this one. 39,500, almost 40,000. Now we just danced through all of that. Amazon, to Brazil. Shit, we was all over the place, man. Let me see something else, man. What is this right here? I don't know where the fuck this. I have to Google this and see where this is at. See this though? These are clearly not fucking Africans that was brought here. These are clearly the people of the land. Let me see something. Antigua map. Antique maps. Let me see. Nah, that's not what I'm looking for. Go, let me see. Caribbean. Oh, all right. So this is Caribbean, South America. All right. So let me see. Central America. All right. Let me see. Let me see if I can find something with South America. Look, South America got mad maps. See this shit? Matter of fact, let's go back right here. See if we can find any more. Nah, that don't show us nothing. We already seen that one right there. Let's see something. Now that pretty much shows everything. Let's see something. That's it. I ain't got to show no more. Let me see what's in the chat. Yeah, ain't no more to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk, man. I mean, at the end of the day, man, y'all see what time it is, man. And like I said, if I found some pictures on my own and I had to take a look at them, they don't look nothing like the people who's in that region. The people in Peru, none of them got dreadlocks. So why do the oldest people show people with dreadlocks, but now these new people that's in Peru now don't look nothing like these people? You tell me. You tell me. How did they go from this culture to this culture? Because this fucking culture right here is not the same culture. These are not the same people who was there, man. These are fucking Mongoloids, man. Look how these people look. These people are Mongoloids mixed with fucking Spaniards, man. See this? But then when they come down, when you put Afro, when you put this in, you get a totally different people. So where these people at? Oh, he's right. But you got Samuel Mortensen, James Chatter. You got this article, the Man article. You got all these people telling people here resemble Africans. Okay, now if I had to take a guess, he resemble African. He resemble African. He resemble. But then you have to ask yourself too, because when we know that there's other countries in Africa where everybody is not melanated or everybody do not look the same. But he's making a clear depiction of what the people that we assume to be the original Africans or whatever look like. Okay, now look, here we go. We got one person right here. Let's see if he's from Peru. I don't know where the fuck he's from. Let's see something. Let's see this. Now we can see this guy right here got locks, but we know that ain't his hairstyle or this bitch hairstyle right here. Excuse my language. Y'all pretty much know what time it is, man. These are the real Peruvians, just like the people of Belize was the people that came from Mexico and so on, man. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, you cannot deny the fact that If they showing you these are mummies, man, with dreadlocks, bro. So now you gotta start taking into consideration that these was Negroes, man. I don't know what the hell that is. That's a mummy found somewhere. But as far as these concerned, case is pretty much closed. We don't even need to like really go back over that. Yeah, but that's pretty much it, man. Let me see. Anybody got any questions in the chat room? I know y'all been talking up a storm. Anybody got any? Mm-hmm. I don't mean call them dreads, man. My bad, man. I know CC always say about dread. I mean lie. You got it. But I'm just saying, man, it's just like I said, all these people cannot be lying about what they found here. They just cannot be lying about what they found here, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, bro, and just to, let me just close out. I'm gonna close out before I close out. What was my initial argument? My initial argument was that Brother Onk from the Amin Ra Squad, him and Garfield, stated that the pyramids in Peru was only, well, nah, actually they clowned my article right here. They clowned my article before it was news. They try to say that this article was pseudo, but when I showed you, let's get back and load up. I showed you what? One, and this one actually talks about Rule Shady. How many did I show you? How many articles did I show y'all? That was one. Smithsonian said the same thing. And you got this one. This is the Oxford reference. Same thing. And Dylan Civilization, 3000 BCE. Like I said, that's another one. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Hello? All right, give me 1 second. All right. Bonnie. Bonnie. All right. Hey, Bonnie. Bonnie. shooting a video, so remember, all right? Keep it down. All right, so I'm back, man. My bad, man. I'm actually watching my daughter out of school, and her little cousin over here. All right, so this is another article right here. It's another article right here. It's 5,000 years. This was the first article that I put up before it was news, and they clowned me and said it was a fake article and it was pseudo and all this, that, and the third. And the reason why I liked this one more than the other one, because it gave a better explanation. Now they already tell you 3200 BC right here. Now whether you believe that shit or not, it's telling you. And even it says discovery culture is culture. Even when you what article was this one? I believe it was this one. Well, no, it wasn't. Hold up. Was it that one? No, it was this Chicago, the Chicago Tribune, that was telling you that the civilization dated back to 7,000 to 8,000 years. So, you know, that pretty much what my premise was. You know, I mentioned this one says it's 4,600 years or whatever. So, like I said, man, there's nothing that, you know, a brother can say about any of his information or try to sit there and say, well, oh, this is pseudo. No, it's not, because I'm giving you different articles. They're all not the same freaking articles. Hold up. Was it this? Hold up. It is this one. Well, it might not be this one. It might be the other one. But fuck it. It really doesn't even matter at this point in time. But yeah, man, that's it, man. I mean, I'm about to just go in the chat room and rock out with you people for a minute, and then I'm out of here, man. He said Eddie Murphy started like Metro, right? Y'all can hear me, right? Okay, all right. He said Eddie Murphy starter locks. Hold up, you said research what? So let me see something. Yeah, this thing be moving so damn fast, man. And it just be hard to really read everything. Oh, you said, all right, Aboriginal Leo. You said research what? Deuce. What the fuck is that? Stable. All right. I'll check it out. I'm gonna definitely check it out. Say Montek Zuma. The last emperor. Yeah, man. We already know, man. We already know, bro. I mean, it's nothing else to talk about, bro. Because they've been lying the whole time, bro. You know what I'm saying? After all the images we see, and then they telling you too. You know what I'm saying? They telling you too. They telling you all of the. They say there's no such place. That's right. No such place as Africa. Exactly. There is no such place as Africa. You're right about that. Killers of white coon, killing white supremacies and coon. What's up, my brother? You got black rulership. Where are the so-called slave ships? Yeah. You got soup bones. It say, where are the so-called slave ships that took us from here to Africa? Albacan. Yeah, okay, Renee. Okay, you on board. Okay, Miss Legit. You on board? Okay. All right. So you must be an Aborigine now. Okay. Feathers up. What Wallace Carroll? What's up, my brother? I answered your email too yesterday. So just in case if you missed anything, I'm gonna go back over it one more time, okay? I'm gonna go back over it one more time. All right. This is just for the people who just probably got here who don't understand. All right. What I'm reading from is this. One more time, I'm gonna show you this one more time, man. And so you can go back and show these so-called black scholars. I'm reading, this is a book. It's an inquiry, distinctive characteristics of the Aboriginal race in America. All right, I'm going to go back over this one more time and I'm going to close it out. All right, so we're going to go shoot down to page 5. You got to read this book, yo. This book is very interesting, bro. Very, 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 very. It's very interesting. Now they talk about the Aborigine races of America. They're telling you that it says the color varying from fair tint to a complexion almost black. It say these facts, however, it say are mere exception to the general rule. So you guys remember what the general rule, and do not alter the peculiar physiognomy of the Indian, which is undivinely characteristics of that of a Negro. So it's saying characteristics of that of a Negro. What is the Smithsonian Institute saying that the original Americans look like? What is they saying the original Americans look like? Smithsonian Institute. Why would they say? Why would they say modern Native Americans resemble Chinese and Japanese and Korean if they've been here for 26,000 years, like they say? They crossed the ice barrier 26,000 years. But it say smaller and earlier American specimens discovered so far have shorter and longer and narrower skulls than later Native Americans, most closely resemble the people of Africa and South Pacific Islands. Now let's go back. Let's go to West Indies. What the people in West Indies says. The people in West Indies says that this is actually, let me see. Y'all already know the monthly record of anthropology science, all right, from 1939. Okay. They telling you in here that they found skulls that they assumed they at first they assumed that they was Indians, but then at the further research they started saying that these was Negroes, okay? And these are pre-Columbian. It says, all right, let me read. It say the recent paper in the Journal of Briggs and Trevor and Julian, okay, 1938 implies that undeformed Negro physical types inhabited the Virgin Islands in pre-Columbian times. Okay? 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 Now, let's see something. Let's go back here. What did Jack Forbes says? Now, this is just a book, basically. I mean, this is just somebody's words, but these are sources, all right? So it says, there was no slave trade, an independent source showing that the so-called Indians on the eastern seaboard of Terra Nova was Moors. Remember, Moors just a descriptive of dark skin or dark skin complexion person. All right, it's in a book called Africans and Native Americans by Jack Forbes. He shows in the book how many so-called Native Americans were sold into slavery in Africa and in Europe. It say this is the opposite direction in which we was taught. It say, in which we was taught. It say Native Americans and Indians were classified as Negroes. Okay, was classified as Negroes. What did Samuel Morton said? He said an Indian and a Negro is undoubtedly the same. Okay, who do they call Negroes? Have you ever heard any Indians being called Negroes? Okay, all right, crickets, right? Yeah, all right. You never heard no Indians be called Negroes, right? Now, what do we got here? Let's see something. We got here the 1828 definition of the word Negro. Matter of fact, Renee, I want you to see something because last time we showed you copper color, you didn't accept the fact that copper is brown. None of us are black. Black is a fucking dark color. I mean, well, we know. If we really want to get down, I mean, bleach, opal, etc., right? It says America, Native America originally applied to the Aborigines or copper-colored races. What color is copper? Okay, what color is copper? I'm not a professional on the colors of copper, but you have someone who did research and put this out there for their own purposes. Now look. Now let's get with this. All right. This is the spoof, the crabs. It's a gray in the color of copper, okay? Now it's telling you copper go from red, which is this. This is brown. This is red brown. Look at this. And this is brown. Look how dark this shit is. Look how dark. Now these are real pennies. Okay, this is what copper looks like. Okay? This is what copper looks like, okay? So when they tell you the copper color races found here by Europeans, these are what the people look like. These are what the people, I show you images like this. When I show you these images other people in Virginia with obviously afros or whatever, and people could sit there and say what they want, but I know what the hell I see. Okay, I don't need nobody to tell me what they see. I know what the hell I see. See this? More Negro. Anytime you see these caps and these fucking feather crowns on, these are Negroes, okay? So we already didn't show, I didn't showed you all this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? And also, if we want to get down and dirty with it, shows you guys how many people, these are not indigenous people, these are not the real people, these are the same people that, like the Mongoloids, like these people, not these people, but let me see. Same people like this. Look at these. Look how these people look. Let me see. Where was I? I was right here. No, I know I was. I was right here. My bad. I'm all over. I lost my train of thought, y'all. But this is America. See this picture? Look, more people. This is Venezuela. See the people down here? Same shit on. This guy right here, this not a Negro? It's not a Negro? None of these are Negroes? Hmm? I think I might have clicked that one out, though. You guys said, though. You said, I don't need to show y'all anymore. Y'all already said, man. The point is fucking proven. And they could keep coming back with fake ass science and all this other shit. But you got these people telling you right here in so many words. They're showing you all the information, man. They're telling you that the first Americans resemble Africans, Australians, and South Pacific Islanders. All right. So with that, I'm gonna conclude this. I gotta go feed my daughter. And get ready for anything else I have to do. Feathers up everybody in the chat. That's right. You're African. Move your ass to Africa and stop telling us who the fuck we are. Okay? Ain't no such thing as no black person. Black means civitir motus. Okay? Do we want to look the word up for you guys so you can know? Let's see. Civitir. Let me make sure I spell it correctly. I think I spell. I don't know. You know I can't spell for shit. Man, I spelled it wrong. Let me see if I can spell it right this time. Nah, I ain't spelling shit right again. Let me see. Nah, I ain't spell it right again, y'all. I gotta go look at my Black Sword dictionary. Somebody in the chat room. Let me see something. Give me a second. Hold up for a second. right, I'm back. All right, so sorry, I do my Black's Law Dictionary. All right, here we go. Well, they showing you right here, but even if we don't look that up, what it said, civil death. Civitarimo 2 is a loss of almost all civil rights by a person due to a conviction, felony, or it's an act of government. It's a country that results in a loss of civil right. So when they say that we're Civitarimo 2, meaning that we are the indigenous people here, and we've been basically assimilated into their reality. Because what did they tell you? What did they tell you when they came here? They wanted you to get you to adapt Christian ways. That's it. That's it. You understand? So, like I said, man, at the end of the day, man, in your research, man, don't let these fake ass African scholars keep telling you about science when you got people who clearly telling you. Samuel Morrison said that the Indians look like Negroes. Zach Forbes said that the Indians was classified as Negro. Alicia Coleman. Let me see something. Let me see if I can find her shit real quick. Her book is Let the Blood Stay Pure. Alicia Coleman. Let me see something. She tell you too. Let me see if I can find that article what she had. Look. Let me see something. No, that ain't the article. You know what? But I can go on this one right here. Let me see. Now look, it says American Indians of blood classified as black, Negro, and mulatto on census. It's since the beginning of the so-called African slave trade in America. Many Native American persons, unfortunately, to be determined, determined of Indian heritage were listed as black, mulatto, or Negro in order for white slave owners to keep an ample supply of slaves. Many blood Indians has lost a God-given heritage due to slavery in the southern states, in which approximately 24,000 of more full-blooded Americans of color, men and women and children alike, were forced by white slave owners to take part in slavery, and with that travesty starting from the first census ever taken in American Indian were falsely classified on all census records as Negroes, black, mulatto, an error which was passed down from generation to generation to present. All right, so like I said, if you go back and you look at Alicia Coleman, her book, Let the Blood Stay Pure, she tells you. She tells you. And like I said, it's a whole lot of stuff going on. But like I said, even, let me see, do I got my thing pulled up? No, I got it pulled up right here. And what she telling you is this. Oh, you know, guys know I come prepared. So race, this is the 1790 census, 1790 to 1990 census. This is the whole census for the entire U.S. population. Total population, white, black. We go down, 1700s. Boom, boom, boom. The first one, you got 757,000 so-called blacks here, right? Then it jumps all the way up. So my thing is this. If you go back, look, we know that they took millions of us, and the people I assume that came back here was already us. So you guys got to really do your research, man. And this is not about trying to prove nothing to nobody or whatever. This is just trying to help the rest of you people realize who the fuck you are. You know what I'm saying? And stop letting these niggas talk about, oh, this is scholar research. I just showed you 6 articles and they all told you the same thing that before was news said. But they claimed that my initial video was pseudo. So man, like I said, I gotta get out of here, man. I gotta go feed my daughter or whatever. It's almost noon. But peace to the chat. Peace to everybody in the chat room. I appreciate everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate everybody. Love and light to all the Aborigines, love and light to all the supporters, love and light, man, to all the scholars, man. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, man, you know what I'm saying? Well, you got to prove this shit to yourself, bro. And you got too many people. Let's say African eat monkeys. Y'all niggas funny as hell, yo. They say most are dark, not damn copper. What do you mean? They say you talk. It's about worn down copper. What you mean I'm talking about worn down copper? So this is worn down copper. So all right, so okay, so look. So even Miss Renee, so you telling me, so Miss Renee, you telling me that this guy's telling you, this is the Smithsonian Institute article, okay? I don't even need to go no further because everybody pretty much know. It says DNA, this is Smithsonian Institute. I don't even need to go. This is the Naya that they found in the Yucatan Peninsula or whatever. They said she was a Negro, right? So now look, it says Dr. Susan Bird works at the bottom of Herald Negro. It say a large dome underwater cave in Mexico, Yucatan Peninsula. All right, so check this out. Bear with me real quick. Let's see if we can find what the people in Yucatan look like. Ah, boy. Hold up, nah, this ain't it right here. It's the other one. No, it's not. It's right here. Well, this is Virginia. Hold up, man. In fact, you know what? Let me see this on here. I got it right here. I'm still with y'all. Just give me a second. Right here we go. All right, so look. This is John Oberly work. Okay? Look. You see these people right here? These are the people that was in Yucatan. You see this motherfucker got an afro and a headband on? Who the fuck wear headbands? You see this? You see this guy right here? Now, we can go right back to the art, okay? You see that? I'm going to leave that up there for a minute, okay? So it says that, let's go down. Let's go down. So now they found this skull on the Yucatan Peninsula, right? That dates back to 12,000 years old. Yeah, it's just running a little slow. I don't know what the fuck. Let me reload it. Oh, there you go. All right, so look. It says modern Native Americans. Why are they using the word modern? Modern Native Americans resemble people of China, Korea, and Japan, but the older skeletons do not. Now, you got to take this up with archaeologist and paleontologist James Chatto. The Tonsilus one is not none of that. I haven't done, the only field work I have done is on the bricks and, you know, in the cities. I haven't been nowhere. I haven't been nowhere to do no field. It said the smaller and earlier specimens discovered so far have shorter and longer faces and skulls than native. Why are they using the term later Native Americans? It's a more closely resembling the modern people of Africa, Australia, and South Pacific Islander. So if he's telling you all these people was here, who the fuck do you resemble? Because look, these people don't look like no damn Africans. They don't look like no Africans. They look like Asians. They closely resemble the people of Asia. Okay? And it's telling you how many people was here in the fall of 1492. It was almost 51 million people in this area. They brought 380,000 people here. So let's say, okay, let's say it wasn't 51 million people. Let's say it was like 13 million. Let's say it was 10 million. 10 million people are black. Like I said, how do we know that people was black? How do we know that these people, who is a Negro? Everybody's not a Negro. But Samuel Morrison said, these facts, however, are a mere exception to the general rule and do not alter the peculiar physiognomy of the Indian, which is the same undividedly characteristics of that of a fucking Negro. Now look. So why would John Old Billy be showing you this image right here? Why would he be showing you these people in the Yucatan right here? This is Guatemala, okay? Now we can go from Guatemala. Oh, boy, how many times I gotta go over this shit, man? This is nuts, man. This is nuts, bro. Now look, this original picture. This is Virginia. See these people right here? Do you see these people right here? So somebody made a mistake and made these people look like you? And it's just so it's just a coincidence that your ass don't know where you from? That don't nobody know where they from. But these listen, look, can y'all see this picture right here? Yo, please, everybody in the chat room, right? Everybody in the chat room, if you see this picture that I put up, everybody press 1 if these people are black, or if you assume that these people look black. I'm gonna show you the picture again. You see this? Virginia? See this? Virginia. You see this? Just press 1. Just let me know if you think these people look like black people, or these people look like the people that James Chatter said look modern, or the first Americans resemble Africans. So if you had to see these people and you look at an African, you say, yeah, well, they do resemble them, and we resemble them too, but we don't look like Africans. So I guess this one got to catch up. Let me see something. Bro, I'm gonna tell y'all like this, man. Y'all ain't got to debate with nobody. The proof is important, man. The evidence is out there. You ain't got to debate with nobody. We ain't got to prove to nobody. If you can't catch on to all this information I just put up here, then it's just not for you. It's just not for you. This is not a debatable topic when you got people who way more qualified than anybody on YouTube and telling you what they seen look like. Okay, but you're so programmed because the government told you that you came from Africa, but yet you anthropologists, you got pictures, you got maps of all black people on there, but none of you people can recognize your own people. None of you people can recognize your own people. Now look, you see that map right there? You see this? This is Virginia. You see this? Where's the long straight hair at that we've been hearing that these Indians have? These people, man. So if you want to bore me with the, oh man, that's not the Afro. These are man, come on, man. We clearly know. Interesting. Interesting. Somebody want to challenge me to a spelling contest. That's all these Europeans ever try to do, is try to sit there and try to show how educated that they are. Listen, your education, we educated all y'all bastards, so you can't educate me on nothing. And like I said, I don't speak the Queen English. I'm not colonized to that level to where I'm trying to have no contest of who the smartest and who. Oh, bro, you will beat me in that contest if you want to challenge me, or who more colonized to where you didn't learn, you didn't study this European culture to the fact to where you the best speller. I'm not. Listen, you call me illiterate. I don't give a fuck. But at the end of the day, I know who I am and I know who I am not. Okay, you see these pictures right here, Paraguay? These are Negroes. Okay, and like I said, Where the hell you get all these people, all these images from? Let me reload this. I don't know, I got a lot going on, so this shit's taking forever to load. Let's see. Yeah, this shit's taking a while to load up. Let me see something else. Oh, there we go. Let's click on this guy real quick. Okay. So now people they found in Brazil, obviously more Negroes. What is this right here? Like I just showed y'all this picture, obviously more Negroes. Because these people was the people who was already in that continent. They didn't have no barbers. So how the fuck was these people cutting their hair? So how was they cutting their hair? You tell me. You tell me how they was cutting their hair to get their hair to the shape or preference to make it look like our shit and do look now. Like I said, you gotta do your own research, man. I'm already clear on it. I already know for the most part, we're not Africans. There is no such fucking place as Africa. And that's let me see, do I got the etymology dictionary up? No, I do not. But I can put it up real quick. You're gonna look the word Africa up and I'm gonna get the hell out of here. Because my computer is running crazy slow. So look, this is for anybody in the chat room, right? Since you think you're African. All right, so look, it say African, a noun. It say Old English, Africanus, plural, native or inhabitant of Africa, which we know that's not true because the people there do not say Africans. There are thousands of tribes there, and none of them are from the Afri or Afra tribe, okay? So that's common fucking sense. So look, it says, from Africa. Let's see Africa. It says use of white residents from Africa from 1815. Now, if you notice, it doesn't give you a date right here when the word was first established, but it says from use of white residents of Africa from 1815, use of black residents of the U.S. from 18th century, when it especially meant one brought from Africa and sometimes was contrasted to native-born Negroes. As an adjective in 1560s pertaining to Africa or Africans, it say English, and Afrinitic, it say from 1722 as or of pertaining to black Americans. Okay, so with that being said, like I said, man, I already didn't put enough info. I should be fucking monetizing this damn video that I just put up there, because I'm not you guys that normally come here. But come on, man, it's a lot of information, man. It's a lot of information that's out there, bro. A lot of information in one video, man. So look, man, I gotta go. Things to do around here, whatever. But yeah, man, comment, like, subscribe. Saying I'll be back probably tomorrow, do another live stream, whatever. But guess what? It's your boy the Tonscious one. And no matter what they tell you, we know we're not Africans. We know we are indigenous to this land. Remember what the Smithsonian Institute told you. Remember what the monthly archaeologist, what's the name? Remember what they told you. Remember what John Oley told you. Remember what all these people told you, man. The only people telling you that you are African are the fucking government. Okay, they're the only people telling you, along with these other sellout boule black supremacists or whatever, part of the fucking boule, well, white supremacists. All right. So Jesse Jackson, 1989. So you want to classify yourself as an African American? Be my guest. I'm an Aborigine. Okay. So we already knew that. So with that being said, man, I'm out of here, man. Y'all have a good one. Peace to the Aborigines. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no love for Africans or whatever. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, I'm out of here. Peace.